You're watching The Edward Fowler Show. Now, here's your host, Edward Fowler.
Good evening and welcome to my show here on this Tuesday, the 14th of May, 2024. And tonight, I get to bring on a guest who I've been trying to get on the show since January. It's took 5 months to have this person on the show. So thank you so much for being patient and making it happen today. Welcoming back from the UK because you're just here literally about a month, just a few weeks ago. Is of course the fabulous singer and songwriter / musician, whatever else she goes by, Lauren Ruth Ward. Welcome to my show this evening.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you again for accepting to come on the show. And I also want to say thank you to everyone who's already tuning in and for liking the video, even though I've not done anything yet. So I must appreciate everybody for tuning in. And how was your trip over here to the UK and the EU?
It was great. Yeah, it was hard work, super rewarding. Lots of connection with people I haven't seen in a long time, which is just, nothing gets in the way of that.
Good.
Very rewarding.
That's good. And I know you were here in Manchester. That's where I currently am. And how was the city? I hope it wasn't too wet for you when you came over here, because I know usually in Manchester it's always raining. Did you get much rain?
Oh yeah, it was raining, but it's okay. It wasn't like it wasn't torrential. It was just like moist.
Oh, that's
good.
Spitting
the whole time. My guitarist Lightfoot, he's got a natural, beautiful afro, and the rain is like, his worst enemy. So whenever it was raining, I'd be like, we have to find something to put over this.
That's cool.
It was raining all over the UK and it was raining a lot all over Europe too. But I'm from Baltimore, so yes. I like the rain and I miss it. I live here in California, so bring it on.
Yeah, because I know, like in, of course, California, it's always sunny, isn't it, compared to Baltimore and, of course, the rest of the world, where you do get much rain. But, I mean, I don't think many people over here will agree with you about rain. Maybe they might do the odd one, but most of us would love to have a bit of sun and not as much rain. But I do like the fact that we've got lots of people tuning in, which is great. If you've got a question, you can leave it in the YouTube comments, and we will ask our question to my guests, and we can get some juicy answers, hopefully. So if you got any burning questions, leave them in the live chat. We got a few people tuning in, as I said. We've got, of course, yourself in the YouTube chat. We've got a lady called Laura. We've also got Little Miss Huggable as well tuning in. There's a lot of great people. Rebecca. Okay, I like it.
And the screen name she's Valhalla is
Michaela, good name. I do like the YouTube username. They're quite fun for sure. So it's good to see that. And while you were touring over here in the EU, did you get much time to go a bit of exploring in between the shows, or just going from one place to another?
It's it's one place to another. Which is normal. We had a couple days. The morning in Prague, we were able to have a meal together. Things like that mean so much. Just that one moment where you don't have to use your physical and mental cognition. Because it's just go, and there's very little room for error. Because the drives, we did 4 UK shows.
Yeah.
We did London, Birmingham, Manchester, Newcastle. Because the drive from Manchester to Newcastle was so short, we the venue that we played in Manchester is called The Yard.
Yeah.
It's such a special space. Have you been?
I have, yeah. It's very good. I do like it.
Yeah. The morning after our show, we played on like a Saturday or Friday night or something. And so that weekend they had a flea market. So we came back in the morning because I I booked the hotels really close to the venue just so it's like extra easy. Um,
Perfect.
and yeah, we got to go thrift shopping and had some lattes there, and it was really sweet. Those things, they feel, those moments are everything. If you get 45 minutes, it's like massive to like journal
Yeah.
and like have a latte and a bowel movement, not at a fucking what's it called, a gas station. It's heaven on earth.
Yeah, no, and as well, you'd be able to take in a bit more of the culture as well when you get to spend a bit of time in the place and just
Totally.
performing and then leaving. You get to experience a bit more about, I guess, how busy Mancunians are and why we represent, I guess, the busy bees as is our slogan.
Say the word again, Mancunians.
Mancunians.
Mancunians. That is really cool. This is my first time hearing that.
Yeah, well, our nickname for Manchester is also Mancunians and busy bees as we now go by. But
Totally. Very, very busy people. Really
mm,
beautiful. My goodness. The
yeah,
yeah, I can't say enough good stuff about um the yard.
good,
The whole
good.
team that runs it. Such a fantastic venue. Shout out. I think
Yeah,
everybody who's within a drive of that venue should check out their calendar. There's something for every single vibe. Um, yeah, I love it there. It was my second time playing there. I played there last year too.
good, good. Well, I hope that it comes more regular and you come over here more often because hopefully maybe next time you come to the yard, I can actually meet you in person.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It would be. And speaking of that, because you mentioned you played it now twice already, so how are you going to top the next time you come over here to the UK, or to even to
Yeah,
just to Manchester?
that's interesting. Topping. Yeah, I can be competitive with myself. I think what I try to do is I don't really try to think like bigger, better, faster, stronger. I try to just go like, what is this body of work that I'm touring? What does it need? I was actually just talking to a supporter about this in the DMs. She asked me um, a really simple question. I was just like, how do you know who to bring out on tour, or like what to plan for? And it just comes down to the art.
Yeah,
Um, and I'm so lucky. I've never had to sing anyone else's lyrics. I have a label that like supports my alchemy, um, and who I bring in on that, who I collaborate with um, musically, and so I just get to sit with my songs and my stories, and and the recordings. How I would say maybe like 60% of the set has been released, and maybe 35 to 40% was unreleased music, which is so much fun. Because you don't know what it sounds like yet recorded, but yeah, I just sit with the music and like figure out what it's gonna need. So next year will be the the music that we just released. This year was her Self Electric EP,
yeah,
which yeah, which is a pretty high energy, um, bloodletting, glam rock, shreddy guitar. My usual bullshit. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm so sorry. Can I cuss? I can be better.
No,
Can you
no,
hear
no. Yeah,
me?
it's entirely up to you.
Okay.
You know,
You're gonna
every
get
every guest,
the
every guest.
explicit E
Yeah. No,
on this show. Yeah.
every guest brings something different, and if you go
Okay.
to my podcast page, you see that most of the episodes I've released so far are quite explicit, so you are completely
Okay,
fine.
good. Okay.
Because this is a show your real self, so you're
This
doing
is my
fine.
real self.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Um.
I would have mentioned it beforehand if I said no swearing to the PG show, but no, you're more
Okay.
welcome to.
Okay. Good. Thank you for that blessing.
Yeah, you're welcome. But I was going to ask you about your latest EP, as you mentioned, and Self Electric. How did you come up with the name for the album?
Yeah. I released a song called Self Love. That's the first song on the EP. I put that out on my birthday in November, and then I had a good idea of. I basically had the EP planned out, and we ended up throwing a bonus track on there, which the world would just see it as a 5-track EP. But the last song on there is Heaven Electric. And so, yeah, the writing, the words just kind of take you through a world of, there's some self-pity, and then there's some phoenix, some rising from the ashes. And so it's a reflection of where I am right now. I'm feeling really in my life. I'm feeling really grounded. I'm feeling really super relaxed with the things that I don't have in control.
Gotcha.
Which I think is like, life's meditation.
Yeah.
the constant mantra. Yeah, I just feel self-electric. I feel like I don't have, I do like, I don't knock anyone's use of anything. I'm not in anyone else's body, but I love, smoking marijuana and drinking. I do like long spurts. I love mushrooms. I do long spurts of nothing, not even caffeine or sugar, and those highs are just so wild when you are just self-electric. It sounds kind of cheesy when I keep repeating it, but it felt really real. And then, yeah, I guess the short answer is it was a combination of two of the songs on there, but it just felt real. It feels I'm on a label out of the UK called Vera Music, and I'm so lucky that I can be like, hey, so here we are, we're about to put this out, like literally about to press send into like the DSPs, which are the music markets for people who are like, what? Spotify, Apple Music, etc. And I can be like, this song, I feel it right now. It's so hard. I've been on major labels, and by the time you are finished rating a song, it's kind of like, it can be like 2 to 5 years before it's recorded or released, and that's all fine and dandy. I can definitely hop back in when I'm performing it, but there's just something that's so special to be able to release something that you wrote more recently. And yeah, I'm just really feeling this music. I'm feeling really, it's still in me. I'm sure you could imagine, it's like, imagine like having like an urge to have a conversation with a friend, and you bring up that topic. You can't talk to them about it for years. Like, you'd be like, oh, I don't really care too much anymore. It's just how it like goes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I get that.
Yeah. I'm very in my message right now. The message that I'm giving to the world is very like the message that I'm giving myself.
And how would you say the reactions going so far for the new EP? Are you thinking your fans are relating to it and engaging with you more compared to other singles and albums you've released previously?
I've turned off the analytical part of my brain. So I actually haven't compared, and I haven't looked at my Spotify praise or anything in a really long time. To be completely honest with you, I'm leaving that to my fantastic manager Gina Orr and the folks at my label who believe in me.
Yeah.
And I will say that it feels similar to how lucky and blessed with supporters who are interested in what I have to say. It feels like a lot of the same medicine that I've gotten in the past with my past 2 albums and past 2 EPs. I'm really lucky. I think my analytics happen. The analytics that I take in and really pay attention to are when I'm on tour. I'm super hands-on. I sell my own merch, or I have a friend help, but I'm always there. And that's my moment that I get to really, you get feedback. You get to hear people tell you how it's made them feel. There's some, where you like this on my arm, and you get a DM a day later, they got it tattooed. And I'd say I'm very lucky. I could cry. that part is just it's not guaranteed. So I'd say there's been massive the success. The success is how happy my heart feels.
Yeah,
Very successful.
that's good. That's good. And we got to mention as well. We got to mention about the YouTube chat because people are relating to you as we're speaking. They're reacting to what you're saying, which is great. So we've got Ox Lens, I think that's right. Hello from Prague. Hello to you. If I pronounce it correctly, Miss, I apologize if not. We got people saying about how the reactions are really wonderful. We love the new EP. They're relating to it. We love you. The EP is a masterpiece. I love you too,
So
Chantal. And so it was great to see everybody reacting positively to the new EP. It's great to see, and I hope it continues for you. And I know that you're releasing, I guess, videos as well, vlogs and music videos on your own YouTube channel. Of course, across social media as well. I've seen a few from your tour. How were the vlogs? Were you thinking of thinking that they'd be quite good to do while you were touring to release that later to get people behind the scenes or?
Totally. Thank you for this opportunity to shout out everybody involved in making that happen. A couple years ago, when my first year I toured was like 2017, 2018, and my friend Wes O'Connor, who's so talented photo video person, filmed and did like some really cool show recaps, and we'd do it in fun ways where we'd start every beginning with like a time lapse of a Polaroid developing from like the night of the show, or just have fun. I remember the day that Reels, Instagram Reels, came out.
Oh yeah.
I was on tour, and Wes was like, "Okay, this like short form video thing just was released. We have to like create stuff," and so we did stuff with this like residency. But I mentioned that because I love to talk about my friends and how talented they are. But I've been wanting to do that, and to be totally honest, I have huge screen time boundaries. This is my screen time for today. I post and get off. I get on and post and get off for the most part. And so when I have these kind of designated pockets, which is when I go into my DMs across all socials and respond to everybody. But that being said, I tour manage my tours. I drive, and there's just no time for me to spend 2 hours on my phone, or also my brain just doesn't like it. So I delegate that, and my dream came true of having a recap for I think every single show. I think we missed like 2 in the beginning just because we were getting in the flow, which is just life. It just happens. But my girlfriend, her name is Cher Russo. She's a creative director, and she edited all of them. And how we did it was, I'm going to tell you how the sausage is made. If there's any people who are like, how you keep it organized, you have to do it this way. Make a Google Drive and invite everybody who's on the tour. My friend Michelle came to take pictures for half the tour. My band was on it. My band's girlfriends that came to visit at some point, they were on it. Any quick little second videos that you take, we put them in the Google Drive. I had them organized by day, by show. And then at nighttime, my girlfriend was out for a little bit, but then for the most part, she was back here. She's got work. And she just made one of those videos. So there's like daily vlogs. I think they were such a great idea. And I think it's totally okay to ask for help. And I even had some people from my label, like on the front burner, just like waiting, like, we need help, like let us step in. They have my passwords to all my socials. But I was able to post it all. And then also on TikTok, I have a super special fan, Michaela, who's on here, or maybe, she just posted. Michaela's handle is she's Valhalla rather. Valhalla is one of my old songs, very sweet. But Michaela was posting recaps from videos that fans took on my TikTok, like 2 a day, 3 a day. So helpful. and that was in Michaela's voice. Like, just, that I will do every single tour. I will have a supporter who does such a great job, like on the supporter page. Just give them my password and be like, you want to take over my TikTok and put it in your own voice. I think that was one of the best ideas I've ever had because it was just such a great moment to connect with. I would go onto my TikTok, which changed my brain. I'm not knocking these things. It's my personal. When I see the phone, I see it just serves you, and it's loud. It's just immediate. It kind of, it's very alarming all the time. These like social apps. But I was like, I'm gonna go onto TikTok and see and connect with Michaela. Like, that was so cool. So yeah, I'm sharing these as like tips because it was tips and tricks to help out anyone who's trying to do it all. You can't, and that's okay. It's a moment to connect with people around you.
Yeah, no, I agree because all these different social medias nowadays, and it's so hard to keep up with each one, isn't there? And I know sometimes when I'm posting on all these different social media accounts, I always forget to post on like Threads because I don't really go on it. I don't post stuff on it.
Can you explain Threads to me? I don't even have one. Should I get one? What is it?
Well, it's meant to be a bit like a competitor to X, but you meant to, you can start conversations on there, like discussions and whatnot, and and you can now post directly from Instagram onto Threads. So you wouldn't even have to open the Threads account. You can, let's say you post a reel or even a picture, and you can now choose the option to share it automatically to Threads without you having to do anything, apparently. So I tried it last night for you. So I posted on there yesterday. I don't know whether I've not been on there, but that's the basis of it. But it doesn't really give the same vibe to X for me, in the sense of having debates or seeing trends and whatnot like X does. But that's what it's meant to be. If I am missing the point, let me know in the YouTube chat. I'm sure somebody hopefully might have another answer for us. But that's the way
Rebecca's saying Threads is good for conversation.
Yeah.
What you're saying is cool. Yeah. I mean, I think I'm at a place where when I started trying out being a musician like 8 years ago. So that was when YouTube, that was when Instagram was really, a lot of people were on that app.
Yeah.
Communicating and engaging, and I think I found my you understand this, but your voice, right? Your that like me authentic, but it's the internet, so there's that, and like you kind of find your community, and then you know how to behave on like other apps accordingly.
Yeah.
The more that keep popping up, honestly, my favorite app my favorite social media is my Patreon.
Okay.
I have like a free tier. I've got like $3, and then I've got like bigger ones for people who can do that. But I love Patreon. It's so intimate. So one more non-intimate Threads seems like I'll look into it. I appreciate
the look into it. See what you think, but I know that there's too many to keep up nowadays.
I have an acronym, like, because there's so many days where I have to post, and I apologize. Yesterday was a bit of a posting get off day.
Yeah.
So of course I hopped on my phone and I was like, of course he posted yesterday. We're supposed to be promoting. you gotta post the day before you gotta post.
Well,
you gotta promote.
Yeah, because I'm not being told when I should start posting. I had a guess.
You're killing it.
I had a guess.
Edward, you're killing it.
Well, I appreciate that, but I'll tell you a secret. Well, because what happened was, I used to like try 4 hours beforehand. I feel like I don't want to give too much notice, or I don't want to bombard my guests. I do like 24 hours beforehand, so that it gives it the idea that yes, this person will be on the show, but definitely the next day. So I did that once, and a guest who I was going to have the next day decided not to turn up on my show. Decided to decide because apparently they didn't like the way I promoted them on my social media. So don't know why. I've not changed anything since then, and I've had a lot of people come on the show, so it's just very peculiar that this one particular person didn't like the way I like plugged them for some reason. But yeah, it's a bit odd.
You know what? That is, first of all, I give you. I think you know that had to have been really stressful. It's so interesting, right? How particular we are.
Yeah.
Artists, people. I get it. I mean, I get both sides. I wouldn't have done that to you. I would have just sent you a note that said, "Hey, would you mind changing?"
Yeah.
I wouldn't have taken it personally. I would have taken it as this person and I don't know each other.
Mm.
They have no idea. And if you look you look at my, press, all the press I've done in the past 8 years, I wouldn't say that any of those so few of those titles are what's it called? The buzzy, the clickbaity kind of.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
I didn't like. No offense. I love the writers.
Yeah.
All the publications, but whatever they choose to get clicks, I never. That's me. I'm always like, this sucks, or yeah, it sucks. It's hard. It's
Yeah.
We're trying to please 7. We're trying to there's 4 goals in one sentence, and I can't please everybody.
No, you can't. And on that as well, when you say about, when articles come out about clickbaiting, they are quite annoying. And when you click on it to read it, it is quite, not correct, and it wastes your time. And even if it's about you as well, it gives you bad publicity for no reason at all, because when you click onto the story, it has nothing to do with the title. So it could be positivity and all these people might think, they just read the headline and then they might have another view of you instead of clicking the link to double check the article is correct to the title. Sometimes it's not, is it?
Totally. Yep. Totally.
If you're watching this on YouTube and not on my podcast sites, you'll be able to see that my guest in the background has a lot of plants, and I like that because it's quite a unique background. So what do your plants mean to you? Because I'm guessing they must bring you a lot of happiness, because of course plants are good for your mental health as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, you said it. They also give me just a sprinkling of purpose. It's something needs to be fed and rotated and sunshined, and I think one of the most exciting things that connects you with a plant but also makes you feel good about yourself is when you take care of a plant so well that they sprout a random extra bit that you wouldn't have seen if you had, so many plants can survive just kind of
yeah.
But then I've got this one that's up here, and if you rotate her every 4 days, make sure she's constantly the soil's wet but not dripping. She's got to be strained. She's a whole fucking thing. She will sprout this gorgeous little random succulent flower. Wow. And I'm just we did that. You told me what you needed and I listened. They force you to put to put it all away. Mm-hmm. And wait, I could probably show you her. No, she's backlit. Oh, there she is. This is a fun experiment.
Let's go to another screen. 1 minute. Looks like, yeah.
I tell everybody cocaine's not my drug. I don't do coke. I'm just always scared that there's something in my teeth.
Yeah.
So I get but back to plants. I'm a plant parent. I love it. I love them. They're amazing. I love to love them.
And when you're on the road and away from your lovely plants, who takes care of it, by the way? I'm just curious.
That's a great question, Edward. It takes a community. My friend Dara watches my dog, and my friend Gigi waters my plants, and sometimes my other friend Shilpa, sometimes she waters my plants. My partner recently moved in with me, and so when she was like, "Oh, babe, I can't come out to tour for the whole month, or I can come out for a week and a half," I was like, "Ah, bummer. But you're going to be home to water the plants, so that's good."
Yes, it's one purpose you have.
Totally.
Yeah.
No, I ask for help.
Yeah.
And there's been moments where like friends haven't done it right. Friends are there to help, but it's not like it took me a long time to figure out how all of them need to be treated differently. You can't just douse all of them. You can't just spray all of them. So I have like 3 trees in the house. I have like maybe, I don't know, like plants or so. Um, so, but yeah, they all need different care. So sometimes you come home and they're a little worse for wear, but you just prune them. You just start right back up in the middle.
That's good.
Like, parent, thank you.
At least you got a good support unit as well, which is great to see. And as well, as you mentioned about having your partner coming, be a part of the tour for a little bit, I guess, because when you're away from home, sometimes you might feel a bit homesick. So having somebody else with you, a part of your adventure, gives you a bit more positivity, doesn't it, as well?
Totally. This sounds really transactional, but it is quite romantic. Something that when my girlfriend is on tour that is just so nice is we love Italy. We love all the places we went to, but it's like you have your rider food, which is snacks, it's a bit repetitive, and then you have your hot meal that then you serve you. It's usually like some sort of starch, potatoes, or pasta. You cannot eat pasta every single. Gluten allergy aside, our bodies, and Italian pasta is made very differently than pasta from the States. Better, just process is better for sure. But I mention this because my body, my show is very physical. I don't know if you've seen videos, but I'm very active. I'm all over the stage. I'm on the ground. I'm a raptor. I'm a very physical person. And also use my voice get my food very chocolate, but I'm a loud singer, so I need fuel. I need clean food. My meal of choice is arugula, some sort of really hearty green, with a light citrus natural, and then like a piece of fish on the top. I could have eaten on tour, but on tour, that extra protein, my body just it goes whoop, and then I'm alive.
Yeah.
Take my vitamins. It's a regimented thing, and then I just get like pasta and potatoes. I can't. My body doesn't feel good.
Mm-hmm.
So when Cher's on tour, it's like as soon as we get to sound check, she's going, okay, I'm gonna go get the fish. And sometimes it's a sushi restaurant next door. And sometimes it is at a restaurant where we just lost our parking space. She's got to go find something in that hour between sound check. But it's quite romantic. It really shows. There's so many different ways you can show romance and love.
Yeah.
Yeah, when she's not around,
We should mention as well that we have showed your social media, but just let everybody know where you can find my guest. Facebook, Lauren Ruth Ward, also on X and also on Instagram and on TikTok, across YouTube as well. And you can also find her through her website as well for all latest news, information, and of course tour and much more on your official website. So, 2 more things and then we'll wrap this up. So, number 1 is how will your 2024 go? Because is there anybody you would love to collaborate with before the end of the year is out, or maybe in the future?
Yeah, of course. I love collaboration. So many. I have to recycle this, but I did an interview a couple of weeks ago. I would love to do I'd love to do a dance album because I feel like it'd be very unexpected. I'd love to do it with Big Pig. Do you know that artist? BIGPIG.
I don't. not by the name of it. Maybe I've seen a picture. Maybe possibly.
She's incredible. You should look her up. writer, producer, performer.
Yeah, we'll do.
That would be incredible. I mean, also just like I'm writing with my guitarist we just started playing together, and that's been really cool. His name's Lightfoot. He's a producer and a writer. Yeah, I want to collaborate with my touring band.
That's cool.
Get in the studio. Yeah, Jessica Goodwin on drums, Corey Robbins bass. It's gonna be good.
And finally, when I reached out to you to be a guest on my show tonight, it was quite lovely to have a response from yourself, because I was expecting it to be somebody on your behalf, but it was quite nice to build a relationship with you via email in advance of this.
Very kind.
No, you're welcome. It was quite nice for me, because usually I go through with people and it's hard to build a rapport before meeting the person. So
you hit me up through I obviously have a personal private email, and on my contact page is my manager's email. But you hit me up through my info which is open to the public.
Yeah.
And that is checked by the whole team. So,
Got you.
So it's I was logged in that day.
Well, on that, I sent you some samples of some interviews I've done, and I wanted to know if did you check them out before responding to me?
Of course, yeah. I mean, I'm a vinyl head. I live a bit under a rock, so
oh, you're fine.
I of course knew Colin Blunstone, Zombies fan.
Yes.
Manfred Mann fan, and also there's a string quartet.
Yes, Teo Witchy.
Oh, I was gonna. It's a different string quartet.
Oh God, yes.
No, I know what you're saying. The one that you just mentioned.
Yes.
I was gonna say I did I covered Colin Stone. A song with a string.
Yes. No, I'm with you now. Yeah, sorry.
No, I'm like, oh God, now I'm making it about me.
No.
Oops.
No, I know you meant. Yeah, you were given an example to show that Lauren is a Zombies fan. She was giving us an example of that.
But this string quartet did a whole Colin Blunstone tribute album.
That's
and
cool.
Like got him on board, and he approved it. It's very, very cool.
Yeah.
And then they were like, would you want to do this? Would you want to sing with the quartet? Like, it was their project.
Oh, that's cool.
It's so much fun. But yeah, what my takeaway? Can I give you feedback?
Yes, you can. Here we go. Critique here. I like this. Could be good or bad. I don't know.
No critiquing. No. We're all just here with the life force. We're all just arting.
Yes.
I love your love for it. That's why I did it, because you seem like you're having a lot of fun, and you seem like somebody who is interested in the person that you're interviewing.
Yes.
And I know that sounds pretty simple, but one would be shocked at times. I've gotten on a podcast or two to hear someone else talk, and I'm really appreciative. I have a lot to say right now, because I just got off tour, and it was a really electric experience for me. So I was just so grateful that you bared with me. I wouldn't have. I know you first wrote me in January, but I wasn't doing jack shit in January.
No, you wasn't.
I mean, I was writing, and when I'm writing, I'm not listening to any music.
No.
I'm not listening. I'm very, very, very much so up my own ass when I'm writing and recording. So you would have been like, "How you doing?" And I'm like, "I can't. I don't really engage with many people. It's a bit of a process." So this was very fun. I'm in social mode right now. I really appreciate you.
No, you're very welcome, and I thank you for allowing me to have you on after your tour. Because we're going to have you on originally, of course, at the start of the show before your tour to hype up your big appearance here in Manchester, and then of course, things happen, which is obviously fine. And when you say, "Can we do this after the tour?" I thought, yes, why not? The invitation is always there for you to come on the show. So, but I'm hoping though that I've lived up to the expectations through those samples I sent you as well.
You have.
Good.
Yes. You're lovely.
Thank you.
11 out of 10 recommend.
Well, you're too kind, and I hope that you'll come back on again soon as well.
Yeah, maybe we could make this. Maybe we could do a tour decompression part two.
Yes.
After the next tour.
Yes, I
love
like that. I like that very much. And I should mention as well, before we wrap this up, is there anything you would like to mention which I think I'm not mentioning, which you think you should mention on the show before we wrap it up?
Hmm. You know what? I think we should leave it at that. We shared some really good stuff. You know, um, the usual stuff. I'm writing. We're gonna
Yeah.
go back into it. I see. Lara has a question. Are
Yes.
you going with them maybe on tour again? Like the Jets. The answer is of course. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I'm. There's gonna be like an LA desert show in the fall winter that I haven't announced yet. There's a
Teaser.
little teaser.
I love teasers.
Yeah, we love teasers. Yeah, I've not said that anyway. It's fine. But yeah, I'm grateful for this exchange. And also, thank you to everybody who chimed in and was here with the chat. So sweet. I'm scrolling back now. We had some real sweeties in here. Everyone was so kind.
Indeed they are, and thank you so much to whoever who's took the time out of their busy schedule to check this out live. Much appreciated to you for leaving your wonderful comments and even questions as well, which is way much appreciated. And again, if you want to see Lauren back here on the show again, which we will do, then leave any future questions in the comment section below, and I'll make sure that I will ask them in the next interview I do with Lauren here on your favourite best kept secret here on YouTube from Manchester, UK, with my wonderful guest Lauren from California. And as well, I see that most of you have liked the video. Thank you for doing so. If you are new around here, then make sure to smash that like button, share the video around, tell me about my guest Lauren Ruth Ward, and check out her music. If you've never checked out before, do so, because you will fall in love with her music, and you can see why all these lovely people joined us today to talk about and to support Lauren with all the things she is doing. And we can't wait to see what her next projects are and when she'll be announcing that teaser of a tour for later this year as well. And if you're new around here and you like my content, like my interviews, like the people I bring on the show, then smash that subscribe button. It takes 10 seconds or less to do. And we will have over 239 subscribers at the moment. My guest has plenty of followers across social media, so it's very thankful that she took the time out of her busy schedule to go into a little show like mine all the way from Manchester, UK. So much appreciated to you once again, and until the next episode drops, enjoy the rest of your afternoon or evening.
You're special. Thank you so much, Everett.